Hey guys, Ben here, and today we have a brand new gun comparison. Today we will be comparing the M16 and the AUG, and these are the two burst rifles within Call of Duty Cold War. Now, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen any of these gun comparisons before, basically what we do is we take the guns and we compare them in multiplayer, compare them in zombies, and then pick the overall winner at the end. Now, in multiplayer, our set of guidelines is range, accuracy, damage, and speed, and in zombies, it is ammo, accuracy, damage, and bosses. So if you guys want to leave a like on this video if you're new, that'd be awesome. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we're getting pretty close to 250. That would also be amazing. It would really support me. But anyways, let's get right on into it. Alright, so starting off with a brief overview of the M16, it tends to have a pretty quick fire rate, low damage per shot, and is pretty accurate overall. Now for the attachments that I use the infantry compensator, 15.9 strike team, front grip, serpent wrap, and tactical stock. Now these are just the attachments that I use, and they tend to make the gun just better all around. Alright, so now for the brief overview of the AUG. This one has more of a high damage and quick speed, which is a really deadly combination, especially in multiplayer. For the attachments that I've been using, I use the Millstop Reflex, but of course you can use any sight. I just prefer the Millstop Reflex. 18.2 strike team, front grip, 54 round fast mag, and the serpent wrap. Now again, these are just the attachments that I use, but again, do basically the same thing and just make the gun more well-rounded. Alright, so for range with these weapons, there's basically three main sets of range, which are short, medium, and long. Now, for the short range, I think the AUG is better. From using it, it's got the higher damage and more speed, so I tend to think that's a much better combination for short range. For medium, I tend to give it to the M16. That accuracy really helps. Slow fire rate, you don't need to be blasting. Like, short range speed is very, very important. Medium range, not so much. And then long range, I'm also going to give it to the M16. Again, that accuracy, slower fire rate really, really help the M16 from longer distances. Alright, so with accuracy, as you could probably guess based off what I've said, I tend to think the M16 is a more accurate weapon. I also don't need to put a scope on it. I think the scope that it comes with is really good, so you don't need to use up an attachment slot. Whereas for the AUG, it has that big bulky scope, which I obviously don't like since I use the Millstop Reflex on everything. So you actually have to use up an attachment slot. Again, that's personal preference for me, but overall, I think the M16 is a much more accurate weapon. Alright, so moving on into damage, the AUG does more damage, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to give this section to the AUG. I felt, now this is where we're moving from objective to subjective. If we're being objective, the AUG does more damage. Subjectively though, I felt when I was using it, it really struggled a lot more to finish people off. I would get them really low, but I would either die or they would be able to get behind cover before I could finish them. That was not as much of a problem with the M16, at least for me. Again, that's more subjective, so if we're being totally objective by the numbers, the AUG does more damage. But from personal use and actually using it, which I have both guns maxed out, I've used them both a lot. I tended to find that the AUG struggled a lot more to finish people off. So this one, I'm just going to kind of call it a draw. Alright, so now for the final portion of the multiplayer for speed. The AUG is faster. It's not really that close to me. Now, when I say faster, I mean movement speed with the gun, aim down sight time, all of that type of stuff. It really shows in short range combat. The AUG is just a faster gun. Now, a big thing for me with both of these was if you're not aiming, your bullets are not going to be hitting. I don't know why, maybe it was just me, but your bullets will not hit them. It's really bad if you're not aiming. So that aim down sight time is really important. Speed is really important, and overall it's going to go to the AUG. Alright, so now transitioning into zombies, just a brief statement beforehand. Both of these are very, very good weapons. I had a lot of success with both of them, and I really think that both of them are fantastic options for zombies. Alright, so for ammo, it's a little weird to have this part of the comparison here, but Both of them have the exact same amount of ammo. Now, if you have no attachments for your magazine, they're both going to have 270 shots, 30 in the clip and then 240 extra. If you have a special magazine, both of them carry whatever's in the magazine, followed by 8 extra clips added on. Alright, so for accuracy, this one was really close in my opinion. Both of them are very accurate weapons. You get a lot of critical kills with both of these weapons, which is really good. The recoil is low on both of them, so you really just line up on their heads if you have a horde and you just destroy. Both of them are very accurate weapons. Overall, I'm going to give a slight edge to the M16, but it's such a slight edge you shouldn't make any decisions between the guns based off the accuracy times. Alright, so moving on to the damage part of it, this one's kind of interesting. So when you have them unpack-a-punched, the M16 just does more damage, both body and head. Once you get them pack-a-punched, though, that flips and the AUG becomes a more powerful weapon, both body and head. Once you double pack them, it flips again, and the M16 is more powerful body and head. And guess what? Once you triple pack them, yep, you guessed it, they flip again, and now the AUG is the more powerful weapon. So overall, this is really tough to decide which one is more powerful, but I am going to give it to the AUG for the simple reason that I feel unpack-a-punched variant is the least important. First pack-a-punch and second pack-a-punch are really important, but that third pack-a-punch is absolutely the most important. If you get it, your gun's going to shred. And basically, if you're surviving late rounds, that's where you're going to need your gun to do a lot of damage. That's triple pack. So I'm going to give damage to the AUG, but the numbers obviously were on screen, so you can just see yourself. But it was pretty close overall. Interesting how they kept flipping though. Alright, and finally for the bosses part of it, this one's pretty subjective just based off how easy it was for me to kill bosses, and it's easy to call this one subjective because it was so easy to pick a winner here. The M16 absolutely destroys bosses. The AUG still kills them, but the M16 was like a different level of destruction to the mimics and manglers that I faced. I faced megatons with both. Megatons are just freaking tanks. Both of them took a while to kill them. But manglers and mimics get destroyed by the M16, whereas the AUG will kill them, and it'll do it well, but the M16 is definitely a step ahead. Alright, so now into the conclusion. For multiplayer, it's close for both, honestly. These two guns compare to each other really well. For multiplayer, I'm going to give it to the M16, and a main reason for that is your secondary can be a shotgun, so short range you can have like a valid backup. So I feel your primary weapon should probably, unless it's an SMG, be better from medium to long range. So we're going to give it to the M16 because it's better in both of those ranges. For zombies, this becomes very interesting as well, but it's close. It's really close. The damage tends to lean towards the AUG. The accuracy tends to lean toward the M16. The M16 kills bosses better, which is incredibly important in Cold War with the amount that you get. But overall, I'm going to give a small advantage to the AUG just because the triple pack-a-punch variant is just devastating to zombies. I was exfilling, you can see the clip on screen now, and literally had a whole horde running right at me, and it destroyed like every single one of them. And right when that happened, I was like, alright, I think the AUG's gonna win zombies. So overall, both very good weapons. Both are close. In multiplayer it's close, in zombies it's close. So picking an overall winner is really hard, but I'm going to go with the M16. I see it more, which is a good sign that it's better. But that obviously can't be the whole indicator that it's better. But overall, both guns very valid. I wouldn't blame you for picking the AUG in multiplayer, and I wouldn't blame you for picking the M16 in zombies. They're both valid options in both game modes, and it's tough to pick a winner between the two. Alright, thank you guys for watching, if you're still watching at this point. If you guys want to comment your thoughts down below, or any gun comparisons you'd like to see in the future, I'd love to hear it. I do apologize for the delay of this video. It's been a whole week, and I really do apologize for that. But we got some special stuff cooking up for this channel. I'm really excited to bring it to you guys, but I don't think you're ready for what's coming. Anyways, if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, if you're new, believe me, you will not want to miss this new content coming out. We're really close to 250. If we hit it by the end of April, I'm still doing the challenge that I said I would, which I highly regret at this point because it looks like we're going to get there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.